All right. Howdy, I'm Brad Fogel. This is NAB Show 2023. I'm here with Tobias at the Sennheiser booth. They've got an amazing new UHF frequency, wireless transmitter, receiver. You've got body packs, you've got plug-ons. Give me everything. Let me know, what have we released?
Yeah, so that's EW-DP. This is our latest puzzle piece in this whole Evolution Wireless Digital family we launched. And it's also the successor of the well-known and successful 100 series of G3 and G4. Now digital.
Which is what everyone knows. Everyone knows the G3 and the G4, which have been legacy, part of which because we had to do a major transition for frequency changes.
Right.
So people are in flux, I think, still, and having this come out is amazing.
Yeah, it actually is. But it was also a challenge because the heritage and the reliability of the 100 series is really amazing.
I mean, it's the reason why you guys are known for having great transmitters.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess up a good thing.
No, that's true.
I think you've made an amazing thing.
Yeah, so the main goal was to build on the reliability and robustness of the known analog series, but to put in some additional benefit which only digital systems can offer. So one of the things is the receiver can be controlled using an app. So there's no need actually, if you like, of course you can do all the settings on the receiver itself, but it can be controlled over an app. It's using Bluetooth, and that's one big benefit because you don't need to touch it.
And it's just Bluetooth to run the settings. It's still a UHF frequency system. You're not dealing with that 2.4 gigahertz and all the problems with that.
Yeah, it's digital UHF, which still is kind of the beachfront property spectrum, to say so. So in harsh environments, only this system will really work. You can't throw away any 2.4 gigahertz or DECT system.
No, and especially in a convention center like this, there's so much traffic. There's just so much in the airways. You can't use anything that's in that 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. It just fails on you instantly.
So, as mentioned, range, reliability in the same pace like we know it from G4, but additionally, it comes now with a rechargeable battery already in the set, the BA70 battery, which also provides more power, more runtime. So we get out between 7 and 8 hours on a receiver, on a transmitter, even 12 hours, which is amazing.
Yes, no, I mean, basically you can just have this set up and run all day. You don't need to worry about swapping the battery out. It's fantastic.
Also nice and good to mention is that the battery has some intelligent telemetry, which means it will not show you percentage, it will not show you some bars, it will show you the exact remaining runtime in hours and minutes.
Which is amazing, honestly, because then you know how long it's going to work. You don't have to worry about if it gets hot or cold. You're trying to estimate how long is this going to last. Nope. You got that actual runtime and you can rely on it. Which I know, playing around with this earlier, what's fantastic is that it's not a proprietary battery, it's a AA battery sled. So if you actually happen to run out of juice, or God forbid you weren't able to charge your batteries the night before, just throw in a couple AA's, it's going to work just fine.
We do the job, exactly. So second big goal was to make it as easy to use as possible. Of course, one thing is the app, which already does the job for you, do some automatic frequency scanning, but also the menu itself is really structured. So we're using a really large display. So in the menu itself,
I found it very simple, easy to understand.
It's simple, no abbreviations, it's really written what's going on there.
And it's actually been it's been quite intuitive while I've been trying it out.
Yeah, exactly. So syncing between transmitter and receiver is also done over Bluetooth. No need for infrared for holding, transmitter and receiver close to each other.
You don't need to match it up. You don't need to play with QR codes or anything. It really is simple. Press a button, they're paired.
Yeah.
It's quick.
Yeah. Charging, actually, back to the battery, can be done over the USB-C. That is for charging. That is also for powering. If you have a power bank or a USB-C power source, you can permanently power it.
Now, am I able to run power through this without a battery inside of it? Or does it need that battery?
That's possible.
That's perfect.
Possible. Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I could just use the rechargeable batteries for my transmitters. My receivers, I can just run off my block battery.
Absolutely.
Run off of camera power.
Absolutely.
Eliminates wires, eliminates mess, makes things simple.
Yeah. And then a very special pain point of the users we asked for was, please find some ways, some new ways of mounting the receiver on the camera.
Yes.
Do not just use the hot shoe or the cold shoe.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes it just gets too top heavy. I mean, in this case, for instance, look at this headroom you've got. Can you run with it? Sure, you can run with it. But at the same time, now I want to put this away in my bag. And I've got all this stacked up on top of it. It's a fantastic thing. You just pop that baby right off.
Exactly.
It's magnetic.
It's magnetic. So
it's amazing.
It comes with a cheese plate. We used to call it cheese plate, a mounting plate, which fits into the whole environment of rigs and everything you have around the camera cages, and you can mount it on top, you can mount it on the side, you can mount it
anywhere.
Like
if there's cheese, you can put this plate there, baby.
And then you just put the receiver on top of it, and
and then the magical thing is, let's say you want to run a 2-channel or you want to run a 3-channel setup. You don't have to try and finagle and put these all over the place. They clip on top of each other. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe to wrap it up, let's talk about one new transmitter.
I know, it's a very sexy little plug-in.
It's a plug-on. It's a digital plug-on transmitter. Of course, we used to have plug-ons in the 100 and the 500 series. So we also come up now with a digital plug-on transmitter. It has some specialties to it, which you don't know from the 100 and 500 series.
I see this little rubber cover.
Yes.
We're going to pop that open here, and whoa, we have a micro SD card slot.
Exactly. We can record 24-bit, 48 kilohertz audio for safety, for backup reasons, or just for audio-only recordings. It does not necessarily have to be connected to a receiver. You can just run and do some interviews only.
Yeah. So if for instance, you're trying to just do podcasting, you don't want to worry about trying to take care of the video, here's your recorder.
Exactly.
High quality, like you said, the 24-bit recording. And then we start getting into, in the industry, a lot of rumorings and musings. Everyone wants a 32-bit float option.
Right.
But I think you let me know about something that makes me not have to worry about 32-bit float anymore.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the dynamic range. Of course, as I mentioned, the dynamic range of the system is 134 dB, and that also is the range on the plug-on transmitter, which means you have such a large range, you will barely get it to clip because you can
start screaming and you're going to still have it there.
Yeah.
And what's fantastic about that is to do 32-bit true recording, you have to record it on the transmitter. Well, then after the fact, you've got to do syncing of the sound files and everything. What if you don't want to have the time to do that? This takes care of that. That 134 decibel limit is just fantastic.
Did we talk about latency? I think we didn't.
I don't believe we have yet.
Latency is really low at 1.9 milliseconds, so you will barely hear that. No need for any post-production.
No, I mean, unless you're in some extremely critical environments, but even then, that sounds like just a couple frame offset and you'll be fine.
Yeah. And maybe one thing also worth mentioning, there's also a little 3.5 mil input here. It's not a headphone output, it's an input. You can plug in a lav mic and then utilize the feature of the recording also like on a belt pack. So you just put this in your pocket and you're ready to go.
Because that is one thing we haven't mentioned yet. So the new body pack transmitter. So what have we changed coming from the G3 and the G4?
No display. No need to do any settings because this is also one of the benefits of the digital system.
Yep.
There's no need to set any sensitivity on the transmitter, which was also a source of error.
Yes.
Setting the wrong sensitivity, having a clipping signal. All the settings is just done from the receiver.
Or
you
through
just
the
need
app.
to turn it on, or through the app, exactly. You just need to turn it on. You have to press the sync button one time to get them connected, and
then you're good.
Then you're good.
And that's fantastic with it. Another little thing that we talked about earlier is through the app you are able to disable the mute switch. So for instance, I thought, well, what if you're shooting with children? They like to play and fiddle with things. you're able to lock out that setting within the app so you don't have to worry about losing your audio because they happen to be fiddling. Or talent like me that's just curious and wants to play with things. Well, we don't want to lose that audio. So let's wrap this up by when can I get these? How much are they going to cost?
Right. So you can get them from today. We are ready and we already shipped units, sets. That is true for the body pack set, for the handheld set, and of course for the individual receivers. You can also buy the receiver on its own. The sets with the SKP, the ENG sets, they will come a little later, second half of this year.
Okay.
Same, of course, for the single SKP, which can be also bought. Pricing is for the sets, $699 for the body pack set as well as for the handheld set.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then the ENG set is the body pack transmitter and the SKP as well as the receiver. That's $899, and the individual prices are $349 for a single receiver, $349 for the SKP, and $299 for the body pack and for the handheld.
Which honestly, that's fantastic. I mean, that's in a range that I can afford. In a range I can afford to finally have a solution that I don't have to worry about it dropping. Now there's two surprises we have here. Something that another one of your compatriots mentioned is that you can plug this into a soundboard. You can record concerts with this thanks to that 134 decibel range. That dynamic range ability is fantastic. So you don't need to throw up just some random mic to try and grab the audio of a performance. Shove this right into that soundboard, you get that raw audio that's pure and crisp. It's amazing. And the other fantastic part is we've been recording the audio on these the whole time. I've been using it for all my videos today. It's fantastic. I don't think there's anything on the market right now that beats it price-wise, feature-wise. I'm looking forward to ordering my own set. It's been a fantastic show today.
Thank you
very
so much. Thank you.
See y'all next time. Sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.